All right, fourth grade math for Tuesday, April 2nd. We are on lesson 77, so the new concept on page 490. We're talking about mass and weight. Okay, so there is a difference between weight and mass. The mass of an object is how much matter is in that object, how much stuff is shoved inside of it. Okay? Weight is the measure of the force of gravity on that object. What does gravity do to us every day?
Pulls us down so we don't float up.
Yep. Pulls us toward.
But it doesn't crush us.
Right. It pulls, it's just the right amount of pull to the center of the earth that keeps us from floating off, right? And that is a measure of weight. So an object's weight depends on gravity, but its mass does not. Mass, the stuff that makes up something, does not change no matter where it is. Mass is always staying the same. Okay? So the force of the gravity on the moon is less than on the earth. So would you weigh more on the earth or weigh more on the moon?
Way more on the earth.
Way more on the earth, right? Because you're closer to that gravity. That pull is harder and stronger. Okay? But that's also why the moon stays in orbit around the earth, is because of the pull of gravity. That pull of gravity is strong enough to go all the way to the moon and keep that moon in orbit around the earth.
Doesn't the moon, after it spins around the earth again, doesn't it get further back because of gravity?
I don't think so. I think it keeps its orbit. It pulls it at a constant. So like if you had a ball on the end of a string and you swung that string around, it's like you're the gravity. Your hand is the gravity holding that.
Like when the water didn't fall out of the bucket.
Yeah. Yep. Centrifugal force. Mm-hmm. All right. So the weight of an object on the moon is less, but its mass remains the same. So the units of weight in the U.S. customary system, the one that we are used to using, are ounces, pounds, and tons. What's the abbreviation for ounces?
O-Z.
Mm-hmm.
O-Z.
O-Z. How about pounds? This one I never understood why. I might have to look it up sometime. The abbreviation for pounds is LB.
That makes zero
S.
sense.
If there's more than 1 pound, LBS,
I don't
pounds.
understand.
I know. I don't know either. And tons is a short enough word. We don't have an abbreviation for it. It's just tons. Okay? All right. Ounces, pounds, and tons. That's in U.S. customary units. Remember in lesson 40, we used ounce to describe an amount of fluid, of liquid. Okay? So ounces can be a measure of liquid, but it can also be a measure of weight. A fluid ounce of water, so the liquid measure of water weighs about 1 ounce. But a liquid can be heavier or lighter than water, too. All right, take a look at the table below. 1 pound is how many ounces? Look at the little table. Yep. 16 ounces is 1 pound. How many cups are in a gallon?
16.
16 cups in a gallon, okay? So it's an easier way to remember that number. 16 is important. 16 ounces in a pound, 16 cups in a gallon, okay? And then 1 ton is how many pounds?
2,000 pounds.
2,000 pounds.
Equals 1 ton.
How much does a car weigh?
A ton.
1 ton.
Just 2,000 pounds? Yeah, a small car weighs 2,000 pounds. How much would a pickup weigh?
2.
Maybe 2 tons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. A box of cereal might weigh 24 ounces. Is that more than a pound or less than a pound?
Less.
24 ounces.
More than a pound.
More than a pound. Please think before you answer, okay? Some students weigh 98 pounds. Many cars weigh 1 ton or more. All right, example 1 at the bottom of page 490. Can you read it for me, Raina?
Example 1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mallory's book weighs about 2 pounds. 2 pounds is how many ounces?
Okay. 1 pound was 16 ounces. So 2 pounds
It's
34.
would be
Two.
32 ounces. 3 pounds would be
48.
48. Good. You just add on another 16. 5 pounds, you would just add, or 4 pounds, you would add on another 16, and so on like that. All right, example 2 at the top of page 491. Tacey, can you read it for me?
Yes. The rhinoceros weighed 3 tons. 3 tons is how many pounds?
Okay. Rhinoceros weighed 3 tons. Close that. If 1 ton is 2,000 pounds, 2 tons is
4 pounds.
4,000 pounds. So 3 tons would be
6,000 pounds.
6,000 pounds. Good. All right, we have an activity to do. Take a look at activity 1. Customary weight. So we need this lesson activity page, a balance scale, which I have up by the heater, and some number 2 pencils taped in bundles of 5. So it says, use a balance scale and pencils to perform these activities using the U.S. customary weights table on lesson activity 30 to record your score. So you'll be using this, okay? Just this top one. Yep, A, B, and C. So A says, in your book, says each bundle of 5 pencils is equal to 1 ounce. Using this information, how many would weigh a pound? Okay, B, you're finding a small object to weigh from the classroom. You can use anything from this classroom, anything that you know I've got in my stuff. And C, find 2 different objects that you estimate to be about the same weight. Lux, you'll have to do this activity. I'm going to just pause. You'll have to do this activity when you get back to school.